When it comes to survival, Hollywood makes wildly inaccurate claims. The picture they paint of bugging out is so far from the truth that I don't even know if it's qualified as fiction. It may be beyond fiction. In order for you to make the best of a bug out situation, heaven forbid that happens, let's bust some myths so that you don't get exposed by Hollywood's inaccuracies. Movie myth number one, you're just gonna grab a bag and go. The movies show the picture of the star of the show. He goes into a spare bedroom and he opens a closet and he reaches up and he gets a dusty old backpack and there's a few items in it. He goes by the kitchen junk drawer, he throws in a multi-tool and a few other items, and then he heads out the door and magically everything he needs falls into place and he never has to worry about anything. Reality, bugging out without a plan and some forethought is a recipe for disaster. As a matter of fact, if you bug out with no plan, with no preparation, basically what that means is you're going to die somewhere else rather than your home. Your bug out bag needs to be well stocked, it needs to be thought out, and it needs to be planned. It needs to be rotated according to the season and what's going on around you. You need to have water filtration and the supplies to feed yourself. Fire and the other things that we need for survival are also important, and those things need to be in your bag. I have a free resource, The Ultimate Guide to Bugging Out. I'm going to put a link in the description below. You can go there and grab that absolutely free. Movie myth number two, everybody's heading into the woods. In the movies, the characters head out into the woods with a sleeping bag and not much else, and somehow they magically find shelter and they're able to make it in the wild. But in reality, that's a terrible idea for most of us. Very few people in the world have the skills to actually make it out in the wild for an extended period of time. Those skills are gained over years. The experience that you need to be able to do that, because contrary to popular belief in the movies, the woods are not just teeming with food that's ready for you to take. There's not clean water for you to drink around every corner. There are some skills and knowledge that you're going to need, and headed into the woods, as romantic as it may sound, is a bad idea for about 99.9% of the population. Movie myth number three, you can go it alone. The whole ideology of the lone wolf heading out into the dusk to survive on his own and beat back the foes and everything that comes against him, that's just simply not reality. As a matter of fact, we're made to do life together. We need to surround ourselves with like-minded people who can pick up the skills that we don't have, that we can work together to build community. All of those things are easier when we have people, shared resources, shared supplies, and a shared knowledge base. Make survival so much easier than trying to do it alone. Not even wolves run alone. Even wolves run in a pack. So get the idea of being a lone wolf out of your mind, because I know I don't want to do it by myself. Movie myth number four, bugging out means leaving everything you care about behind. In many situations, bugging out is only temporary. You're going to be able to go back to your home. Once the immediate trouble clears, you're going to be able to return. And if you can't return, make sure that you have a plan to secure those things, those items that money can't replace, those sentimental things, as well as those things of great value. No matter what the downfall of society looks like that caused you to bug out, make sure you carry those important documents with you, but also store those pictures and those family heirlooms in a place so that they're safe from anyone who would come to loot, and make sure that you leave your home in a place that's good to return to. Movie myth number five, and this is the one where most preppers get stuck in real life as well. Gear solves everything. In the movies, there's a magical piece of gear. There's a fancy knife, or there's a multi-tool with all the bells and whistles. Somehow there's some high-tech gadget that solves all the problems, MacGyver style. But the reality is, skill and knowledge trumps gear 100% of the time. It doesn't do you any good to have the best fire starting lighter or ferro rod or whatever it is that you choose if you don't know how to build a fire in wet conditions. The fanciest camp stove in the world doesn't matter if you don't understand how to make sure that you're cooking your food downwind from anyone that would try to come and take it from you. Knowledge and skills need to start being developed right now by going into the wild, by taking those opportunities to test your gear and learn the skills on how to use your gear, and then you'll be set up for success. Movie myth number six, it'll be over quickly. I know I said that when you leave home, you may come back to your home, but that's only a possibility. It could take a really long time for the situation to clear itself up. And if that's the case, you don't want to be stuck into the wilderness. You want to make sure that you have a place to go. Having a destination is the biggest part of your bug out plan. It trumps gear, it trumps all of those other things. The forethought and knowing where you're headed and how long it's going to take you to get there is paramount when making your bug out plan. As a matter of fact, watch this video right here next, because this video tells you exactly what you're looking for and how to pick your bug out location. Thanks for watching Prepare to Live, and just like always, we're just growing and learning.